E-Class Coupe is a four-seater coupe from Mercedes-Benz, which is positioned between the smaller class coupe and largest class coupe in the German manufacturer's growing range. Despite being a familiar concept, the E-Class Coupe has few direct rivals. The BMW 4 Series and BMW 6 Series are perhaps closest in concept, though the latter has 14 mm less rear legroom, and isn't available with all-wheel drive or four-cylinder engines. The 640i is most directly comparable, but is almost 20% more expensive. Other four-seat luxury coupes are either significantly smaller Audi S5, Lexus RC, or significantly more expensive Lexus LC, Maserati Gran Turismo. Comfortable and great to drive, the E-Class Coupe is comfort-focused and luxurious first and foremost, with a plush interior, high-quality materials and excellent build quality, but it can also be surprisingly agile and fun to drive in the right specification. While the four-cylinder E220D turbodiesel and E300 turbocharged petrol might bring the E-Class Coupe in reach of those on lower budgets and company car schemes, with up to 70 miles per gallon and just 106 gkm CO2 for the diesel, they feel underpowered and too unrefined for a four-seat coupe wearing a premium badge. Both E220D and E300 are rear-wheel drive, but available with 4MATIC all-wheel drive at extra cost. While most derivatives will be fitted with a smooth-shifting 9-speed automatic gearbox, a lower-powered E200 four-cylinder petrol will be launched from mid-2017 with a 6-speed manual gearbox. If at all possible, however, we'd recommend avoiding the four-cylinder models. The E400 4MATIC steps up with a turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 engine and standard all-wheel drive, adding the silky refinement and prestige that the striking looks deserve. The E350D, a 6-cylinder turbodiesel and high-performance E43 AMG featuring a re-engineered version of the E400's 3.0-litre V6 engine, are set to arrive soon after launch. One trim level upon launch, all UK cars are offered in desirable AMG line specification, adding sportier body styling, 19-inch alloy wheels and useful extras including a reversing camera as standard. It's still easy to spend a large amount of money on options, however, especially when it comes to state-of-the-art technology. Widescreen digital screens that stretch out across the dashboard are optional, and while a basic infotainment screen with sat-nav is standard, the Command Online system introduces more advanced navigation, wireless smartphone charging and Apple CarPlay Android Auto, allowing restricted smartphone functions such as maps and media to be controlled via the vehicle's media system at extra cost. Advanced driver assistance systems, which include the capability to bring the car to a stop in traffic, move off again, and steer for short periods, are also available. Mercedes has logically bundled many of these features together in attractive options packages, strongly incentivizing owners to spend thousands of pounds extra to create their perfect specification. The E-Class Coupe is offered with a choice of 4- and 6-cylinder petrol and diesel engines. The four-cylinder E220D Coupe turbodiesel produces 194 horsepower, powering the four-seat coupe from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds and on to 151 miles per hour. A generous rush of torque does offer easy acceleration at moderate speeds, but the small diesel strains noisily if full acceleration is required on the motorway and feels lethargic. The E300 uses a four-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. With 245 horsepower, it accelerates from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.4 seconds, and on to 155 miles per hour. The deep engine note sounds far more enticing than the diesels at idle, but while performance is acceptable at moderate revs, it feels inadequate under harder acceleration, joining a motorway slip road, for instance, and the exhaust note thrashes unpleasantly above 3,000 revolutions per minute. The refinement of 6-cylinder models feels much more in keeping with the character of this large, luxurious four-seat coupe. The E400 4MATIC's twin-turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 produces 333 horsepower, providing enough performance to accelerate from 0 to 2 miles per hour in a fast swift of 5.3 seconds, with a 155 miles per hour top speed. Its acceleration isn't astounding, but the E400 has more than enough muscle, and emits a cultured, if suitably subdued, exhaust note even at much higher revs. Select Sport Plus mode and the throttle responds almost too eagerly to small inputs, but in lesser modes it's more relaxed without being lazy, which suits the E-Class Coupe perfectly. At launch, all models are fitted with a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which is generally smooth and swift to react. Drivers wanting full control can change gear via the steering wheel mounted paddles. The 350D 6-cylinder turbodiesel arrives later, so too the high-performance E43 AMG Coupe that will round out the range. Expect 402 horsepower for the former, 258 horsepower for the latter. For a car that could be forgiven for being a relaxed cruiser, the E-Class Coupe handles surprisingly well, particularly when specified with optional air suspension and 4MATIC all-wheel drive. With its blend of comfort, performance and composure, the E400 4MATIC is particularly satisfying, gripping strongly and displaying an unexpected agility on twisting roads. The 4MATIC system typically feels rear-wheel drive for a more satisfying drive, though less so than BMW's X-Drive system, but the extra traction out of tighter turns means it's both more sure-footed and significantly faster than E-Class coupes not fitted with 4MATIC. The E400 4MATIC doesn't feel like an out-and-out sports car, but it's highly impressive. In comparison, an E220D on standard suspension and with rear-wheel drive all-wheel drive is optional on 4-cylinder models felt less poised and confidence-inspiring when driven harder. The steering is electrically assisted and features a variable ratio. The latter means the steering turns the front wheels at a progressively faster rate the more the driver twists the wheel. So while the steering is slow and stable on the motorway, the driver's hands don't need to move as much on a meandering mountain road. While the increasingly fast ratio is noticeable at first, it soon feels natural and contributes to the E-Class Coupe's eagerness to change direction. Electric steering also allows Mercedes engineers to significantly increase the level of power assistance at very low speeds, making it easy to twirl the wheel around while squeezing into tight parking spaces. The E-Class Coupe is quite a large car, and does have a relatively thick rear roof pillar and narrow rear window, so the standard fit reversing camera is extremely helpful.